All right, let's just jump right in. You know that feeling, right? That constant tug-of-war between your future self, who's practically begging you to save for retirement, and your present self who, just wants to enjoy life today. It's a classic problem, the spender's dilemma. But today, we're going to figure out how to solve it.
And yeah, this is really the question that gets to the heart of it all. Does being smart with your money mean you have to live like a monk? Or is it actually okay to spend some of the cash you worked so hard to earn? It's a question that can honestly feel kind of paralyzing. But the good news is, it's not an all-or-nothing deal.
So the solution here isn't about clamping down and restricting everything. It's about a mental shift, a really big one. Instead of focusing on everything you can't have, you start focusing on what you choose to have. You're moving from a mindset of lack to one of deliberate, powerful decision-making.
Let's be super clear about this from the get-go. The goal of being smart with your finances is not to make you miserable. It's not about a life of saying no to everything, where every little pleasure comes with a side of guilt. That's an old and, frankly, a totally broken way of thinking.
Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got deprivation. That feels like a cage, right? It's all about what you can't do, what you can't have. But on the other side, you have intentionality. And wow, that is all about power. It's about being the boss of your money and pointing it directly at the things that actually make your life better.
So, what's the big takeaway? It's all about one word: balance. We're not talking about extreme, hardcore frugality, and we're definitely not talking about reckless spending. We're looking for that sweet spot, that happy middle ground, where you're building a great future and living a fantastic life right now.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how do I actually do it? Well, you're right to ask. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, the practical side of how this works. We're going to look at the two sides of the intentional spending coin.
First up, the fun part. With this intentional mindset, you get a full-on permission slip to spend your money. And not just spend it, but spend it generously on the things that really matter. We're talking about the areas of your life that give you the highest return on happiness.
So what kind of stuff are we talking about? Well, think about things that create memories, like that trip with your family. Years from now, that's going to bring you so much more joy than the latest gadget. Or how about investing in your health, your physical and mental well-being? I mean, that's a no-brainer. That pays you back for life. And it's about funding those hobbies that just light you up inside. This is spending on what you truly, deeply value. Now for the flip side. If we're going to spend generously on the good stuff, that money has to come from somewhere, doesn't it? This is where we need to get strategic. This is where we have to be, a little bit ruthless.
What do all these things have in common? It's simple, really. You're buying them to impress other people, not for your own genuine fulfillment. It's the luxury car you don't even really enjoy driving, or that fancy status vacation that's actually more stressful than relaxing. These things are just joy sucks. They're the expenses that don't give you anything real back, and they are prime candidates for the chopping block.
So, how do we tie this all together? Is there a single, simple rule we can use to guide every decision we make? You bet there is. There's a neat little formula that can make everything crystal clear.
And here it is. Maximize joy per rupee spent, not spending per se. Now pay attention to what this doesn't say. It doesn't say, spend less. It's not about being cheap. It's about getting the absolute biggest bang for your buck in happiness. It means every single rupee you spend should be working hard to bring you fulfillment.
Think of joy per rupee as your personal ROI, your return on investment for happiness. So before you buy something, you just pause and ask yourself one simple question. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much real joy is this going to bring me? That one little question, that pause, can literally change everything.
So we've gone through the big mindset shift, and we've got this powerful little formula. But, none of this matters if it's just theory. The only thing that really counts is how you apply this to your life, to your values, and to your budget.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question. I want you to take a second and really think about this. What is one thing, just one, that you spend money on mostly for show, for image, for your ego? Now, what could you do with that money instead that would bring you authentic, real, lasting happiness? The answer to that question, well, that's the key to solving this whole dilemma for good.